Welcome to the So Be It podcast, where being in your 20s feels like going to the greatest SEC school to ever exist.
Period. I'm your host, Emma.
I'm Caroline.
And today we have a really fun episode.
Yeah, it's officially darty season in Alabama specifically.
It is.
Which, aka, if you don't know what a darty is, don't make me explain it, but it's a day party.
It's the best.
And it's always so cold the first few months of the year, but it's so fun.
That's like my favorite time.
It's such a good time. It's totally different from like band parties or basement parties.
Yeah.
And I know every college does it differently, but darty season at Alabama is truly
it's the best.
It's anticipated as just as much as football season is. Like,
truly, like this is the football season of spring.
Yeah. Totally agree.
AF.
Yeah.
The name of this episode is Regina Borge.
Yeah, which leads us in.
That's like probably the best thing we've ever come up with.
And not a ton of people do Borgs at Alabama. At least that I noticed.
Yeah,
I never
not
did
really.
one.
Not really. I feel like a lot of freshmen do it.
Maybe.
But like we weren't those freshmen.
No, we weren't. We definitely weren't.
But like whenever I see somebody with a Borg, I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of judge.
Yeah,
like
a little.
Because band party or darties at Alabama, like all the frats just have alcohol.
Yeah, they have alcohol
like
provided
tubs.
Free. It's not like a cash bar or anything. Like it's just like at we went to this, and this is coming up too, but like we went to this Boston Twee party, which if you know me, you know I'm there 100% every time. But they like turned one of the windows on the side of the frat house
into like a drive-through
serving window.
Yeah,
and they served like tweez
in a solo cup. But that's because the frat that does that is a dry frat, so you can't have like cans or anything.
Yeah, so they did like serve us and poured it in a solo cup.
Yeah, they have to put it in a solo cup,
which was still so chivalrous.
Yeah,
so nice.
Chivalry is not dead.
Not dead.
It's
not.
It is well and alive at the Boston Twee party.
Only there.
Yep. Okay, so we have little subcategories of this. This episode's gonna be all about like our experience in Alabama.
Yeah.
And I feel like Caroline's gonna learn a lot about this because I don't really talk about school that much with you.
No. But I did get a full year at Alabama. Like I got enough to realize that it wasn't like exactly right for me. Like I got that much, which I think was fine for me. So I really think we're just about to give like two different like perspectives.
Yeah, for sure, because I'm still there like doing all of this stuff.
And it is very much for Emma. Like Emma thrives. Emma loves it.
I do.
Yeah.
I eat it up.
Yeah. Bones and all.
Yeah, I ate them right there. Yeah. So our first little subcategory is campus culture.
Which, there's so many things that we could say about this.
So many.
Like in so many different ways that we could go about.
Yeah, we could share the dark.
Charlie! I'm bleaching it.
Charlie, please don't drink bleach. Thank you.
Sorry, microphone. Rip headphone users.
Yes, sorry about that. We're leaving that in.
Oh,
thank you.
Say cut.
But yeah, campus culture at Alabama. There is 500 times more women than there are men.
Yeah. First of all, there's so many people. There are so many people.
I think it's like what 40,000.
Probably 40,000 now, especially after Rush blew up.
Oh my god.
Like it was enough people.
I don't even want to talk.
And now it's double and it's just women.
And hey, it's the worst kind of people.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but it is. I'm sorry.
We can't elaborate on that, but we'll leave it there.
No, I won't.
Oh,
if you decided to go to Alabama because of Bama Rush Talk, you should leave.
You should probably leave. Everyone, including yourself.
Yeah, including me. Like, you're really causing me physical pain.
I feel like true Alabama students.
And I mean that differently. Like, if you watched someone specific and you liked them and you decided to go to Alabama because of them, but if it wasn't on your radar at all and you only went there because you wanted to rush there, Greek life, is crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. But there are so many people that are like that.
I know.
Even
they're the worst. They're the worst.
Even fraternities.
They're the worst kind of people.
They're bringing down the grade point averages.
AF. They're making it way more expensive.
Our acceptance rates.
Okay.
Our acceptance rates are going off.
Yeah. Out the wazoo.
Yeah. And you're just making us all look bad, so please.
And it's literally lowering the IQ in the entire city of Tuscaloosa. I'm sorry.
As if we can afford to do that.
Exactly. We're already number 50 ranked, so like, please, in states.
But like at the same time, on the other hand, there are so many fabulous people.
Yeah, I mean it's boosting the economy
AF. And like so many people probably come to Alabama. So many great, capable, intelligent, driven, motivated people come to Alabama now. But it's just the majority are for people that just want to come and party, and like
it's a lot. It's true, but like yeah,
party time. But come on,
no, that's very
so much bigger than just you and what you think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We've had some experiences with people just in the public areas of college.
Yes, that's our next little topic under campus culture is the overheard conversations that you're gonna have.
It's such a variety.
Walking around campus.
It's crazy.
This happened to me a lot freshman year, especially because like I was walking everywhere because I feel like you're so busy freshman year.
You are. And you low-key, like, you kind of know where you're going.
But not really. So you're going all around.
Ways. Yeah, you're going around the world.
Like, now I know exactly where I'm going on campus. I'm not...
the quickest way there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But, like, freshman year, I would hear people, like, men talking about...
The worst.
The worst things ever.
But, the crazy part is, it's not just, like, you hear crazy stuff come out of men's mouths, but you hear, like...
Women might be worse. No, they're not worse.
Like, I don't even know how to describe. I think about times that we're talking about. Like, I have this one specific memory where we were walking in the quad, and I didn't even put this on here, but I just remembered it. We were walking on the quad, and we were talking about some crazy stuff that I had heard a sorority was making their pledges to. Yeah. Which the hazing at Alabama in sororities isn't bad.
Yeah, we could do a whole episode only on like
the fraternities need to be stopped, but the sororities, it's like
the fraternities are getting stopped. Like Pike's kicked off right now.
Oh,
so Alabama's a safer place.
Current events,
safer place.
Right now. So, but like, and I was like, yeah, I heard that, like, blah blah blah, and there was actually one of the girls in front of us. Do you remember this now?
Yeah.
And she's a campus icon, or was. I guess she's gone.
Yeah, she is gone.
She's graduated. But like, I mean, I don't even think I said this that loud, and it wasn't even that freaking crazy.
Yeah.
But it was like verified that they were doing this, and she turns around and whips her head back at us, just looks at me like I'm the lowest of the earth. I'm like, bitch, you're the one making your pledges do it. Like, yeah, I'm just the one acknowledging that it's happening.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So. Anyways, it's like stuff like that.
Yeah, and then that guy we saw at the student center one time, I can't.
This is a crazy story.
I saw this guy at the student center. Hold on, let me pull up the photograph for you. He said, and I quote, I have it on photographic evidence.
Oh my god, what are you eating? Oh, it's like...
You will go against God's kingdom, and I am not friends with liars. I've given you more chances than I ever should have. Screaming that in the middle of the student center.
It's freezing outside, by the way. Like, why is he
yeah, it was in January of 2022.
She said I was getting my books.
Yeah, she was getting her books. I was sitting outside with Ellie.
Yeah.
In the freezing cold. Sitting out in the student center, he said that. And it's the women at parties and the men the day after parties.
Yeah, yes.
That's the worst.
Yes.
Women at parties will be like, oh my god, like, Jack just texted me and I just can't be with him because he's been with, like, Jessica, and I'm like...
Meanwhile, she's marching upstairs to the front.
Meanwhile, she's upstairs in Theta Chi as we speak.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
And then the men the next day, that's the worst. I can't even repeat the things I've heard men say.
Yeah, it's because men can't form thoughts, like, when they're, like, how they are.
No, it's just like, yeah.
So
she has big boobs and a good butt. That's all I hear on the quad the day after a darty.
Yeah, she was crazy, bro. Like,
she was so drunk. I got her drunk.
Hey,
I've heard that.
We're teetering on a line here.
Far too many times. Why are
you getting her anything?
Why are you even near her, actually? Now that come to think of it, I can't. It's so bad.
I feel like me and Emma, though, have really changed. Well, and Emma not so much, because she's never had this, like, idea or whatever. Like, I thought when I was a freshman, and I just obviously had, like, all these misconceptions about college and, like, what older kids did, and I was like, people only go to the frats to hook up. Like, if you're not going there and getting a guy's attention, like, you're wasting
There's no
space
point.
there.
Yeah, true.
But I feel like and I think a ton of, like, I'm not embarrassed to admit that, I think a ton of people think that when they're a freshman and probably throughout their college career. But I feel like sophomore and junior year, last year, I just, like, remember it specifically because I took note of it. It was like, we just went there because that's where we wanted to be.
Because it's fun. It is fun.
They had people that we wanted to listen to playing, and, like, maybe some of our, like, friends were there. Like,
yeah,
it was just such a good time, and it's, like, so much more fun when you do stuff like that in college versus when you do things that you, like, think you should be doing because everyone else is doing them.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
I realized that really early because I didn't go to any swaps.
Right.
And swaps, for those of you who don't know,
swaps are crazy. Swaps are sick. Swaps are a movie.
Yeah, that's
a movie.
Sick in the head. Swaps are crazy. So swaps are where a specific frat and a specific sorority have this party at the frat house, like in the basement or like in the band room.
And let's just clarify, because you think in high school you think somebody's throwing a party, like, oh my gosh, it could get busted, everybody's gonna have to run.
No, nobody knows about sanctioned.
These are school sanctioned parties with full security squads.
Yeah.
No cop is getting called unless somebody's going to the hospital.
No, like there's cops that are there because like
nobody goes to the hospital. You die.
Yeah, you just
die in the basement.
You just get left for dead.
Yeah,
truly.
Deadass.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, keep going. Sorry.
But yeah, swaps. There's like a theme. Like
they're all stupid.
They're all stupid themes. Always.
I felt more uncomfortable at every.
Okay, sorry. She was really close to that light.
I felt so uncomfortable at every swap I ever went to. It never felt like and I'm like naturally nervous around a lot of people, anyways. Let alone a bunch of like fraternal men.
Yeah, but yeah, swaps are. Let's point that out. It's freshman girls and freshman guys, and it's the pledges for the frats and like the freshman class in the sororities.
Yeah.
So like it's supposed to be. I think the reason that they can be school sanctioned is I feel like they didn't used to be like so drink heavy. I think they genuinely used to be like how Auburn does theirs, where it's like.
Yeah, but I could not do that.
No, because we won't even actually get into that. We should make an episode just trashing every other SEC school.
We just couldn't. It would take too long.
You're right. You're right. But Auburn's swaps are during the day. There's no alcohol. They're just like eating together. They're just like chatting.
Which we have dinner swaps, which is exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah.
The boys come over to the sorority houses and we cook for them. We don't cook for them.
We don't cook.
We cook.
Our chefs cook.
Our chefs cook for them. Our amazing chefs. The chefs.
Oh, I have to show you the menu because the menu at 80 Pie lately has been absolutely devouring.
Okay.
Anyway, so I think it used to be like that at Alabama where it was more like chill.
Yeah.
Like they just used to go and like genuinely meet the freshman class.
Yeah,
like, that's
like a
technically
mixer.
what it's for. That is not what it is anymore at Alabama.
It's like you're basically standing in this bowl, and then you've got all of the upperclassmen of the sororities
surrounding it
and the fraternities encouraging people to touch each other.
Yeah, throwing alcohol at you, throwing cigarettes at you, like making you basically like hook up with people. Genuinely, like that's what it's
in
like.
the pit.
Not the sororities, not so much. It's more the.
It's at least our sorority. Our sororities.
Yeah, 80 Pie is like
our big sisters were so amazing.
Yeah, it's a whole different breed. I don't know how other sororities are because I'm not another sorority. Yeah, but like
can't speak.
80 Pie genuinely. There's no hazing. We could we'll get into that. We'll do an episode about
there really isn't. Yeah, but I know we're like 80 Pie's a part of the National Stop Hazing organization.
Yeah, I think they might. Yeah,
because
what was it? Pie Cap. Yeah,
which a lot of guys from my high school went Pie Cap that year. So I was so excited, but it ended up just being like
it was far too much for me.
It was Labor Day weekend or Memorial Day weekend because I had a flight that very next day.
Oh, yeah. We don't talk about that.
Yeah, that was.
We don't talk about that.
But it was like a rendezvous. They always turn into rendezvous that are just like unnecessary, unwanted, undesired.
But yeah, like swaps are heinous. And I think once I went to a swap, and then I went to like I don't even think it was a darty. I think it was like a band party. Yeah. I realized the stark difference that truly band parties and like parties thrown by frats that are like in their front yard, not like basement parties, are so different than a swap. Like anybody can go genuinely. Like there are some people I've seen some people there that like shouldn't be there, but they're allowed.
Hey, duh.
Like Nacho, Alabama is it snoop
there.
Parties all the time. He's a full grown man.
And keep in mind, like, we still go back to Pi Cap specifically, but, like, we still go back to these frats that we went to freshman year and we're like, we don't belong here. Like, we still go back there now, just for different reasons.
True, it depends on, it's who's playing, who's there, what's the vibe, who else is throwing, who else is throwing.
Who's going to be at the function.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly. So, that's about swaps.
Anyways. But this was a part that we wanted to do, and we can kind of jump around because I feel like we're into it now.
True.
There are so many conspiracies out there about what goes on at Alabama.
True.
Some of them are very true. Some of them are very, very just out of pocket and not true.
Yeah, sometimes I hear shit about Alabama, and I'm like, when I was a freshman, I was like, holy shit, does that happen? It doesn't.
No. And I wish I could like direct mention every 30 to 40-year-old that like cares enough about Alabama to make this shit up.
Because I would be sending I wish I could be up in like, those comments.
We're not the chill people that can just let this stuff go. Like this stuff just pisses us off.
It irks us. It's just
like, why do you think that? Like you're crazy.
Also, you didn't. It's the adult.
You didn't go here.
You know nothing.
Yeah,
you know nothing.
Just
about
why
anything.
are you talking about it? Even if it is true, why are you talking about it?
Yeah. Why are you even talking about Alabama? Period.
Yeah,
you're a grown.
Please get a
person.
job. Yeah, please get some business.
Get a job.
I have a job.
Get a job, old women on TikTok.
Like I can say that.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the Tana situation on the podcast.
Yeah. But yeah, there is a lot of conspiracies, not only about Greek life, just Alabama in general.
Yeah, and bigger than just like organizations and stuff.
Yeah,
there's just so much dumb stuff that people say,
and it's all stupid. Like we were saying earlier, genuinely, like people still like when I tell Jax, his brother, that we don't get hazed, he doesn't believe
my parents
me.
Still don't. Yeah,
they don't believe us. Like really, what would I gain from hiding that?
Yeah.
What would you gain from hiding that? You're not even in it anymore.
Yeah, who am I protecting?
Exactly. There's nothing to protect.
Yeah.
Truly. And like I feel like you would know about it at this point.
Yeah.
Because you hear about frats all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. As much as people like are hush hush about hazing.
Sorority?
But like fraternity hazing is so crazy because like you can hear about it and kind of brush it off and act like it doesn't happen with sororities because it doesn't. But like with fraternities, you can hear about it, but then you're also going to see it. Like people are really walking around with black eyes, broken arms.
Yeah, it's actually crazy. Fraternity hazing, oh my god, it was so bad that
or they're just dead. Like
yeah,
it's
like
crazy.
There's a lawsuit right now in Alabama about hazing from last semester.
Yeah,
because it was horrible. That's the one thing about frats. Like sometimes when I'm at their parties and stuff, I'm like, people are bad.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, really bad. I'm still having fun. So. But, I mean, they are terrible people. But, I mean, it's college. Sorry.
It is college. And the people that are strong enough and smart enough to get out of it will. And
True,
the
like
people that put their identity into that stuff.
Yeah, like there's very few fraternal men that I'm speaking to.
Yeah.
But am I going to take advantage of them spending tens of thousands of dollars on these parties?
Yeah.
Why would I not? It's free.
Like you think about, and I'll tell you one thing, we'll talk about this one thing specifically. Greek life at Alabama is insanely expensive.
Oh yeah.
But the crazy part about it is that the boys pay just as much as the girls.
And their houses are low down, dirty.
Yeah. You want to know what their dues go to? The parties that they throw.
Their parties. And you know what? It shows.
And it does.
And I have that on here. Best band parties that we've ever been to. Like, NLE Choppa was at...
Yeah, that was good. That was such a good one.
And that was at, like, not even...
small frat.
That wasn't even at, like, a university frat, which university frats at Alabama are on University Blvd, and then Jefferson frats are behind University Blvd.
And they're, like, the smaller houses. They're usually, like, smaller chapters.
Yeah.
Newer chapters.
Yeah.
Or just people that, like, haven't had the funding to build a mansion.
Which there's nothing wrong with them. Like, we go to...
No, some of them
go
are
to
way
a
more
good
fun.
mix.
Yeah.
Truly.
Some of the guys in those are a lot better.
They're a lot nicer.
Humble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They know.
Obviously,
they know
this
place.
is not a generalization. This is just us speaking from our experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, oh my gosh, what? Okay, best darties or best band parties?
But let's do band parties first, just because I feel like the celebrities at Alabama are crazy when they're there.
Gosh.
Like NLE Choppa, DJ Pauly D was last semester too from Jersey Shore. He was there.
Did we go?
No. Sean Kingston.
I remember we never got into him though.
No, we went and we left.
Yeah,
that is another story that is also on here.
I really can't debunk that.
That was a crazy.
It was so mentally taxing. I left that band party at
oh my god, Waka Flocka was there and then he refused to go on stage.
Yeah, and this is crazy because these fraternities pay. Who was it they paid $70,000?
I don't remember.
It had to be Beta paid somebody $70,000.
Yeah.
And they like came on for 2 songs and then left.
Oh my god, like, it was so bad.
They're like hardcore rappers. Like, what are you gonna say to them?
Exactly,
Mr. Frat President.
You'll get
bye, like
deceased.
You'll get bye. So.
But also, like, there's really good DJs.
Such good DJs. We went to a
DJ Whale. Love you, DJ Whale.
He is our favorite.
He's our favorite DJ at Alabama.
Him at a bar last year.
No, we found him at that party, and then we went to Bear Trap because he was at Bear Trap.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was the other way around. Either way, Mans is so amazing. He has the best mixes.
I love DJ Will.
Oh, I love him so much.
Miss him dearly. I saw him at the basketball game the other day.
I wish he played more frats.
I know.
Maybe he does.
Oh my god, and SIGAP, I think he graduated. SIGAP had a DJ like in their chapter, and he would always.
No, he's still there. He's RPC.
DJ Murphy.
Yeah, DJ Murph. He ate. He always DJ'd the swaps, which, if you know anything, like we were talking about, they like dehumanized their pledges. But DJ Murph was safe because he was safe because
he had a skill. And you know what? Now that I think about it, that's how life is.
It's natural selection.
It is natural selection. You're so right.
He was safe because he had to provide the music.
He provided what he needed to the family.
And he did.
To the brotherhood.
And
so he got let off.
Yeah. And he deserved it.
And you know
what?
He
still DJs all their stuff, all their darties,
everything. He eats every
probably DJs their swaps.
He eats every time. Yeah. I love him. Yeah. He probably does.
I love him. He was our PC, so like we in the frat, so we swapped with his class.
Yeah, so we rushed when he rushed.
Yeah.
2021.
I feel like there's so many terms that we're throwing around that nobody's gonna understand.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But if you have any questions, please comment below.
Yeah, we can.
We'll answer.
Yeah.
I'll answer. Oh my god, wait. As I was saying earlier about seeing people at swaps that like you don't expect to be there.
Yeah.
Those are campus celebrities. That's what I call them.
These are people. This is honestly like a bit, but like these.
Yeah, it's a bit. A canned bit.
These are people that you see everywhere you look, and like in a campus
of 40,000 people,
and you see the same people all the time.
It's crazy. For me, my main characters are the UA gays because I surround myself with them. Like I know probably 99% of them at this point, but like still, I'll see them on campus, and I'll be like, "How am I seeing you?"
Yeah.
Out of 40,000 people, how am I running into so many of the UA gays on a daily basis?
Yeah.
And maybe it's because I'm going to Icon every night.
Probably.
Icon's the gay bar in Tuscaloosa, if you didn't know.
That's probably why.
And if you ever need me, I'll be there.
You can find her there.
Yep.
I think of one person specifically, and I can't name drop. JD.
JD.
You know.
I know JD. Yeah.
This mug is everywhere.
Everywhere. How? How do I see JD everywhere I
go? Yeah. Everywhere.
Yes. Everywhere all the time. And I can't explain it.
I'm going to call her JD.
I feel like everybody has campus celebrities.
Their own variation. Even if it's like somebody that's like seemingly insignificant.
Or even like people in SGA.
Yeah.
I'm not going to anything for SGA, but I'm seeing them
running into you
everywhere. Like when I used to work downtown, I would see the same people all the time, and they'd always be doing something different. Yeah. Or like this one person is always running, and I always see them in different parts of Tuscaloosa.
Is she in a sorority?
It's a man.
Oh. I don't know.
You do. Trust me.
But in the same token, whatever you say, there are so many driven, passionate people at Alabama that are really like have built like you built your own platform, and there are so many people like Emma at Alabama. I feel like there's so many
there's a lot of very driven people
and
there.
Successful people. Like like we talked earlier about how all these people are coming to Alabama are bringing our IQ down, but there's still so many people that are so
like Royce. I was talking about him right now.
Yeah, like I don't even know the right word, but like you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, like they.
It's like a normal thing to see somebody walking around
succeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like such.
That's what makes it better than for me. Like, if you go to like nothing wrong with community college or like a JSU or anything, but you're not walking around seeing people that are like actively working with the White House.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know and I think we take that for granted a lot. I'll realize that.
It's definitely a privilege that we get for going to
yes, I'll realize that sometimes, like walking around campus, I'll look around and be like, oh my god, like this is one of the biggest universities in the country. And I'm so lucky to have grown up an hour away from it and always been a fan of it and been here multiple times. Like this is some people's dream is to go here.
Yeah. And another thing, because people talk about how expensive just Alabama and just like higher education as a whole
in general, yeah.
And anywhere that's what you pay for too is contacts and networking that you make. The people that you're sitting in Math 101 are like gonna go and like run companies and be CEOs.
Yeah, it's crazy.
When you go to schools like Alabama.
Yeah.
And I love Alabama. Like
and some of your professors are CEOs.
Yeah.
Like fully.
Yes, sold their companies for millions.
Written the textbooks that you're literally studying in their class.
My English
yeah.
English class was like that. And as much as Tuscaloosa wasn't for me, I'm still so proud to say that I go to Alabama, even though it's just online.
It's a great school. I love it. I love Alabama.
Yeah. Anyways.
Anyway, moving on to the fan culture and traditions of Alabama. This is another thing. I really could cry thinking about it. Yeah. That's what really makes me proud to go to Alabama. Not only is there so many successful people, but the fans and the traditions that run.
Is just as proud as we are.
Yeah, everyone. Yeah. It runs so deep. Yeah. And if somebody like makes a joke about Alabama, or they're like, me when I'm in Alabama and I should be in New York.
Yeah.
Girl, nothing pisses me off more. I'm like, okay, then go to New York. The traditions in Alabama they run so deep.
Yeah.
And everyone knows them and everyone like appreciates them. And I'm not even saying just football. Yeah. It's like everything. Like the Denny chimes going off.
Yeah. There's so many special things when you go to a school that's so like deep with tradition.
It's so deep with tradition. Like truly. Again, like not only football. Most of the things that I am talking about are
value,
football,
yeah.
But it's because football is my life, and I can't help that. But even like basketball has good traditions, like
softball,
baseball, volleyball, everything. Yeah. And truly, like where legends are made is so real.
True.
It hits me so hard.
Yeah, we were just talking about class rings earlier, which kind of makes me emo, but every single one of, there's like 8 or 9 to choose from.
Yeah.
They all say where legends are made, something about College of Champions, stuff like that.
Oh my god, I could cry.
Yeah, and they're beautiful, but they're expensive.
Yeah, and they have the tradition with the class rings where they keep them in Denny chimes, so they can run through the whole cycle of Denny chimes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's why you have to order it so early. They sit in Denny chimes.
I didn't know that.
Like underground in a big box with everybody else in your class.
And then that's when you go get the ceremony stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's so sweet.
Wait, then I have to get mine because I won't be here in the spring because you do the ceremony in April.
Yeah.
Okay. Talking out loud. Sorry.
But yeah.
So.
And another thing, football is really traditional in Alabama, but like it stayed traditional even when we weren't good.
Yeah, it's always just a pillar of our
Exactly,
school.
like before Nick Saban, these traditions were still there.
Yeah.
Alabama has never changed their uniforms.
Swayed.
Never. We've never had like a one-off, like a
gray,
a black, a houndstooth, a checkered, nothing. Because we are traditional.
I know.
We did just get a new coach, so hopefully he doesn't change that. I think he'll understand.
No, yeah, he understands. That's probably part of his contract too.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's what I love about Alabama. Like Dixieland Delight.
Yeah, I'm thinking about all the songs and stuff. But there was a period where they tried to get rid of Dixieland Delight.
And they also tried to get rid of Dixie in the fight song.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about when they took it out because we said F Auburn.
Oh, yeah, but then they just gave the cheerleaders a microphone to say beat.
Yeah. And because, like, people still sang it.
I'm still going. And like, guess what? F Auburn.
Yeah. And what?
And
Tennessee too. And what?
Speaking of Tennessee, I did want to talk about our secret love affair for Rocky Top.
And I don't even mean, she really does love Tennessee.
I do. Tennessee's my second favorite team. Jax is a Tennessee fan.
Mm-hmm.
My mom's from Tennessee. Like, if Tennessee's not playing Alabama, I'm rooting for Tennessee.
Yeah. I just love the song Rocky Top. Why did I fucking sing that?
The song Rocky Top. Rocky Top, it just hits. What can I say? Does it hit as hard as Dixieland Delight? No, it doesn't.
It hits different things.
Yeah, it does.
Touches different spots.
It tickles different spots of our brain.
Yeah.
But Dixieland Delight, truly, and like other colleges can try, babe.
You'll never have it like Dixieland.
You will never have it like Alabama.
Mm-mm.
Who do you think Dixieland? Where do you think Dixieland is? It's right here. And I will claim it, sadly.
Yeah, wait. That's why I'm not even saying anything.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I just love the traditions in Alabama. They go so deep and heavy.
Yeah. And as much as this kind of leads us into our next point of, we're going to talk about game day fashion faux pas a little bit. As much as things have changed since Rush blew up and so many people like that wouldn't have usually come to Alabama now. One thing the girls are always going to do is we're going to eat down on game day. Well, most of us.
Some of us.
But everyone's putting, Even if you're not eating the house,
you're putting in effort.
You're trying.
You're trying.
You are trying. You're thinking that you're eating.
Exactly, and that's what really matters.
And that's then you are eating. I will say,
seeing the same thing.
Yeah, that is kind of sickening.
I'll never get over this. This will never leave my brain. I'm gonna tell my kids this story. One time I was driving past Bryant-Denny Stadium. I think you do.
Okay.
And there was a tour going on, like a capstone. Someone was giving a tour, and all the tourees or whatever were behind her, and this girl, oh my god, was in, full beat, hair curled, sprayed. I could literally see the hairspray from in my vehicle.
Melting, yeah.
Yeah, in the spring, so it was hot AF.
Hot, muggy.
Hot,
thick
humid
hair.
Yeah, and I could tell she was not from around these parts.
I know it.
Because her hair was big. And you ain't doing no big hair when you're walking around outside.
On campus tour, if it ain't game day, you ain't doing no big hair.
And she had on a jersey as a dress and white cowboy boots on a tour of campus. Which I'll never ever recover.
Did you take a picture on your tour? Did you take it? Yeah, you took a tour. You took an alumni tour.
Yeah, I did an alumni tour, so it was me alone, so no, I didn't take any pictures.
Oh,
I was in a capstone cart with just me and her and my mom.
That eats. I didn't do that because I come from an Auburn family.
I did that because I come from an Alabama family.
But I'm gonna at least our kids will be able to do that.
They can do it together.
It's gonna eat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send Emma a picture though of what I wore on my tour, and this is gonna show you what a normal person wears.
Yeah, it's like a Lulu. You're doing
a Lulu outfit.
Yeah.
My hair was straight, which was a terrible decision, but I was naive and thought that, and I don't know why I thought that, like that my curly hair could ever stay straight in Alabama heat, because it still can't, and it never has been able to.
And it never will.
But I did eat. My parents looked cute. We stood in front of Denny Chimes, did the whole thing. Yeah.
But yeah, it was crazy. It was a crazy.
A jersey and boots, though, is wild. Because you're doing so much walking on these tours.
Yeah, I know her feet hurt.
Oh, girl. So bad.
And I know she bought that. I know she bought those boots at the pants store the day before. I know
Real bad.
I know she did.
She was probably so excited to wear that outfit, too. I kind of have to pity her.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I feel bad.
She was probably so excited.
Yeah, I feel bad. Because I know she was hurting after that.
Yeah.
And I know she showed up and saw everybody else in Lulu and was like,
oh, I fear I may have overdone it.
Yeah. Like, I know she... Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Now we're going to talk about the challenges. The challenges of the university.
Oh, boy, are there many. Oh, boy, are there plenty. What should we start with?
I think we should start with the dorms. Because Caroline didn't live in a dorm. I lived in a dorm, but my dorm experience...
To think of a place...
It's far different than anyone else's.
To think of a place that deserves destruction, let alone by bulldozer,
by bomb in the basement,
by dynamite on every floor. Think of the place in your head that deserves such a fate.
Yeah.
And you probably could describe it as a place that's uninhabitable, has been abandoned for 20 years.
Yes, 20 years behind. Minimum, actually.
What a lot of people don't know is that there was a building like that on Alabama's campus. And it was not abandoned for 20 years.
And I lived there.
Emma actually lived there, like,
inside
4 months before it was demolished. When did they demolish it?
July.
Oh, like 2 months, because you left in May, yeah.
On July 4th, you don't remember? Yeah, they did it on the fireworks day.
Dynamite.
Dynamite. They blew it up.
They blew it up. Because
they were building a new... Okay, so it was Julia Tutwiler.
Yeah, this was Tutwiler dorms. This was the
dorms that I lived in. They built it... Let me put this into perspective for you guys. They built it my great-aunt's freshman year at Alabama. She went to Alabama. She was the first class to live in there. She graduated in 1964. They blew it up in 2022.
84 years, basically? 82?
I don't know. I don't do math, but yes, something around there.
It was so ready, needed.
And the worst part was, and the university can say what they want. I know for a fact they did not clean that building in between the year before us and our year because they thought that the new tut was going to be done. So they did not clean it.
Ugh.
Because there was mold.
Yeah.
I knew there would be mold because everybody tells you there's going to be mold.
Yeah, it's like a known
fact.
But
they didn't clean that air conditioner, like, at all. there was mold growing in air conditioning. Stench. You couldn't leave. Yeah, it smelled wet all the time. You couldn't leave anything in your closet without a mold bag next to it. I had a ottoman where my shoes went. So much it wasn't mold. Even in front, guys. It wasn't even in front of the air conditioner. It was in the middle of my room, and I opened it after I came back from. I don't even think it was Christmas break. Like, I don't even think it was a month. No. I think it was Thanksgiving.
Probably. That's what I was gonna say.
I think it was 4 days.
So much mold.
I can't explain.
There was so much mold. Her shoes. You threw away those shoes, didn't you?
Yeah. I had to.
Yeah, she had so many shoes in there.
There was a girl in our sorority who.
I was just about to talk about her.
Yes.
She's
from California, so she's from a very dry climate.
Sweet girl.
Sweet. Love her. She came to Alabama. She got so sick.
Yeah.
During fall semester. And she went to the doctor. They did an x-ray or something.
Something of her lungs. She had mold poisoning.
She had mold spores growing in her lungs.
Oh my God.
From living in there.
And I know they put her at that apartment that she moved into. Yeah. Did they pay for it too?
I think they did, yeah.
I think they paid for that.
For her to move out.
Yeah.
But like, if that's happening to one person, you should move everybody out of that building.
Yeah.
Nobody should be in that building.
How?
How is that allowed? How was that allowed? I didn't realize how bad it was until I left, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Or like, I saw other people's dorms on TikTok, and I was like, or I saw the new Tut.
Yeah. Do you want to talk a little bit about why you chose dorm living?
For me, I'm an only child, so I was like, oh my God, yay, I get to go to because I didn't have very many friends in high school, like at all.
Yeah.
And I'm an only child, so I've always lived alone. So I was so excited to go and be around a group of girls.
Like all the time, always have people.
Guys.
She had a major.
That was horrible. That's the worst thing.
That she definitely went 0 to 100 very, very fast.
And it wouldn't have been as bad. Genuinely, I think I could have had a lot more fun if Rush didn't happen the way it did. Because being the first year of Bama Rush, like, it was so new. And now looking back, I know that everybody was just. I hate to be this person, I hate to talk like this. I just feel like everybody was jealous. Not that they weren't me.
Probably.
But that just like.
That you. Because everybody was
in their space.
Yeah. Well, and everybody was making videos like you, but you were one of the only ones that blew up. And there's always going to be people, though, that are jealous about stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I felt like it was, because during Rush Week, on Tuesday, it started on Sunday.
Yeah.
So, Tuesday of Rush Week, these people broke into my room. They laid on my bed. They poured out everything that was in my purse, like, all over my bed, and videoed it. So,
I still can't believe people did this.
Oh my God. And they would like steal, we had a little mat in front of our door and they stole that, and we had a little whiteboard, which like we weren't the only people who had this.
No, it's not like you shouldn't put stuff outside of your room then.
Everybody's fully decorated.
Yeah.
And oh my God, looking back at how excited I was.
Yeah.
That is like so sad. Like my freshman year, we could make a whole podcast episode about it. I was so deep, dark, depressed. Like it is, something I can't explain. Yeah. I cut everyone off for months. Like I talked to nobody.
Yeah. It's not even like your expectations were too high.
Your expectations were just
totally different than what actually ended up happening.
Yeah, they were just demolished by other people.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was so bad. They would like be so mean on our little whiteboards. Like I would come home and erase it, and like there's stuff that's still.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
There's like stuff that's still. I've never told you. I never told my roommate. Just erased it. I just erased it and I acted like it didn't happen. Oh my God, it was so bad. And then at the end of, so there was that, and then it was constantly people like coming and banging on the door and like
running away
and running away because they're like, I get it, you're drunk, whatever, but like,
I guess
it was so it felt like I was an animal. Truly, it felt like I was an animal in a cage.
Yeah, at a zoo.
And people were just watching me.
Yeah.
All the time. Leaving my room, I would have to lock my door was right across from the showers. I would have to lock my door every time I just went to take a shower.
Yeah.
And there would be people who never had to lock their door. Like, they left it open all the time.
All the time.
I had to lock it to walk across and brush my teeth in the morning. Because I didn't know who was going to roll in and do whatever.
Awful.
And then, the end of my first semester, and on top of that, my roommate, who's not who everybody thinks was my roommate my freshman year, she was not my roommate. It was a different person. She was never there, and she eventually told me that it was because
me. It was because of me that she was never there. And I was like, sorry. What? And then at the end of my first semester, she got into a really big scandal in her sorority. So then I was like, great. On top of all of this, I'm depressed. Yeah. Everybody is watching my every single move.
Literally.
I feel like I can't go anywhere. I have this whole other ordeal going on in my life. A whole separate thing. My roommate's never there. Now she gets into this giant scandal. And so then I moved out of that room.
Very quick, fast, and in a hurry. We did it all in one night. I actually helped her.
Yeah, Caroline was there. Thank Gord.
We threw all of her shit in a bag. I threw my shit into a bag and pushed it down. Yeah, we did. We pushed it down the stairs.
Truly, we did.
Yeah, we did.
And then we moved into, oh my god, that's a whole other story. When we moved into my room, we were in the elevator that night.
I can't remember.
I'll have to tell you off camera. So then we promptly moved me out and moved into a different room, and I told my roommate. She was so mad at me, but I was like, the kind of scandal she got into was something I would never associate myself with, ever. She was getting death threats, which in turn I was getting flooded, because you have to think, this was peak Bama Rush.
And for some reason, and obviously I guess like guilty by association, even though you had done nothing wrong.
I wasn't going to surround myself with someone who did that.
Yeah, either way.
And that made her hate me, which in turn made everyone in her friend group hate me.
Which in turn is totally fine, because
which
we're
in
not
turn
friends
I lost
people anyways.
Which in turn I lost nothing.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But it was really overwhelming. You just have to think, everything stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, I can't believe that was your freshman year.
It was so bad. I literally went home every single weekend. That kind of leads into like, not only like Tut and the people of Alabama sometimes. It was mainly my freshman year.
Yeah.
It was so much. Like, I could genuinely make an hour-long episode only talking about that.
Yeah.
I would have could names and everything, but oh
so
my
much.
God.
Yeah, that would take so much work.
I'm gonna write a memoir about it, actually.
All of this is one reason that because I'm not an only child. I grew up with two brothers, always shared spaces, like bathrooms, always had my own bedroom. So, and I'm very much the type of person I cannot share a bedroom. My bedroom is my safe space. That's my happy place. So I automatically knew that if I lived in a dorm, I would have to live in Prez. But Prez was, just to be totally honest, we could not afford for me to live in Prez.
It was like triple the price of Tut.
And it's also on the farthest side of campus, like from absolutely
you're in the
anything.
Back corner.
Yeah.
Like, you have a mile walk to class. That's not even an exaggeration. Genuinely, it's a mile.
Yeah. And truthfully, when I graduated high school, I left all of my friends in high school. I had
same. Nobody from my
intentionally
high school went to Alabama.
I totally did it intentionally. I was just so ready for a fresh start. Even going like an hour and a half away from where I grew up, I was just ready to like tap into so many new things. And just, like, be a new person, like, in college. Like, I didn't hate myself. I just wanted to, like, give myself that experience. Not be held to what I did in high school or what I didn't do, you know, stuff like that. So that was something that really shaped my opinion on that. And I ended up living in an apartment off campus that I could afford very comfortably.
Yeah.
That my parents were able to pay for. But with that, this is an epidemic. Well, first of all, college rent prices are an epidemic because the house my family rented a house at the time, and they paid the same price in rent that people that live on the strip in Tuscaloosa pay.
Yeah. Libby's rent, I won't say it for the sake of her, but oh my God.
That is absolutely
she lives alone, though.
Crazy.
But yeah, there's people, I live off campus, like, maybe 10-minute drive.
Minutes, yeah.
Maybe.
Probably
like,
not.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like, I'm right behind the softball fields, so.
Don't say that.
Well, there's a bunch of apartment complexes on that road, so we're fine. So, it's like a 2-minute drive to be on campus, but, like, my classes are on the other side of campus, so it's maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I live alone. And there are people.
She lives fully alone, 1-bedroom apartment.
Yes. And there are people who live closer to campus, not even by a lot. Like, they maybe still have, like, a 5-7 minute drive to class.
Talking about who?
Like my house on 13th. Like, you could walk, but none of those people are walking.
Yeah.
That are paying the same amount that I'm paying to live with 5
or 6
other people.
The only thing is they live in a house.
Yeah. No. Hey. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And they just live on that side of Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
Because I'm closer to Northport.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't imagine.
I had 3 roommates. One of them, they were random for the most part, like to me, but 2 of them were best friends, and then one of them had just already lived in the unit.
Yeah.
They were, I almost said great people. They really were great people. Like, their family loves them. They're great people. I was so thankful to have like older girls that I got to live with because they shared so much advice. Like, I remember like I was going through it mentally my freshman year. There was just so many things that happened in my own life aside from all of
aside from me.
We really trauma bonded our first semester.
We did. There was a lot going on.
There was so much. But like I remember one night specifically I was having like panic attacks and I came out to the den, I think to eat or something, fix a drink, I don't know. And one of my older roommates was out there and I was like, I'm just having a really hard time being away from my family. Mm-hmm. And she just let me sit out there. We just talked. She gave me some advice. And like I still think back on that all the time and I remember her so fondly for that, even though we didn't always agree. Like I just remember that time and I'm like, I'm so thankful for that.
And that was really good too. I think that you lived in a separate place from me because I could go to your apartment if I needed something. And you could come to Tut if you wanted to get away from feel that. More on campus.
Yeah, because once she moved into her new room,
I was alone.
And she had an extra bed.
I had another bed, so Caroline was there for like 2 weeks at a time.
Yeah, like when I would sometimes leave Ellie at home, and I would be like, okay, I'm gonna spend the night with Emma and Tut.
Yeah,
and it was so fun. Like she had a TV in her dorm. Yeah, that was so fun.
We had so much fun.
That was so fun. I forgot about all that.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, so that was a great time. But, like, there are pros and cons to living on campus and off campus. You just get different experiences, but, like, to me, I wouldn't have been able to survive living on campus for different reasons than Emma experienced.
And I do want to say, at Alabama, I think it's very different, because, like, the only people who are living in dorms are freshmen. Mm-hmm. Like, nobody's living...
Nobody else is, yeah.
Unless you're an RA. But, like, everybody who's living in a dorm is a freshman.
Yeah.
And most people, like, you have to live in a dorm as a freshman, but... You can find ways around it, like if you really wanted to. If you're an in-state student especially.
Yeah.
But like, for me, if I wanted to live off campus, my house was like 5 miles farther than like the minimum to say that you could commute every day. So, Caroline is just a little bit closer.
That was a reason we moved to that house that we moved to though. It was because, we would qualify for that.
To live off campus,
So, but yeah, it's just different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, DSDF.
Yeah.
That's from Brooke and Connor Make a Podcast.
Oh, really?
I say that all the time.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. I still haven't watched that.
You need to, it's funny. Okay, lighter note.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about party fouls. We're gonna talk about party fouls. This is my favorite topic because this is very relevant to me currently right now because I went out last night. But we're gonna talk about my favorite Caroline party foul first. I'll never forget.
I'll never live this down, guys.
No, I saw it from the front angle. So so we had this was Caroline's big in 85. Wasn't she a junior when you were a freshman?
Yeah, because she didn't take a little because it was COVID her sophomore year. So
you got it.
I'll just intro it a little bit. So her name was Val. She's still one of my best friends. I still text her all the time. She lived with 4 other girls. So it was a 5 girl household, but they had an extra bedroom. It was like so nice. Like they had a whole house. Typical housing situation.
On Cablewood for those of you who go to Alabama.
Yeah. Actually some people that we know live in it now.
Yeah, Patrick's birthday party was
really cool.
Night.
Yeah. It's just so crazy. So crazy that it's now someone else's house. Like that was a whole thing. But anyways, so before me and Emma were even friends, I was totally friends with all of these girls who were like juniors and seniors, but that meant that I had a year with them before I literally had no friends because they were the only people that I hung out with. I mean, there was 5 of them. Like I had...
Yeah. You had... And they're all
so different. You had like everything you needed.
And they were so nice. It was so fun because I was like... They were so good at just introducing me to their friends, and in turn, like I just had like a ton of older girls that I could look up to, go to for advice, and I've always hung out with older people, so it was like a very like seamless transition.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So anyways, it was darty season. It was the same day.
Yes, we went to a darty before this, so Caroline was already
was the Boston Twee Party. I was already well beveraged.
Yes, because we had sung to DJ Murph all day. Yep. I do remember that.
And I had laid down to take a nap, and then we went upstairs, so I think we were getting ready to go.
It was somebody's birthday.
I swear it was too, but I can't remember. I was thinking it was Val's, but it wasn't Val's. We get up to go upstairs. I think we're getting ready to go back out or go to dinner or something. And I'm going to let you take it from here.
So we're going down. We go upstairs, get ready, blah, blah, blah. We're coming down the stairs. I'm in front. Caroline's behind me. And then one of the girls' boyfriends is behind Caroline.
Mm-hmm. We love Blasco.
Blasco's behind Caroline. He's one of the girls who lives there's boyfriend. And then she's behind him.
Totally the dad of the house.
Father.
He did everything. That's father.
Yeah. That is father.
Especially as his freshman, he was father.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Caroline, she takes a misstep.
This was the weirdest outfit. I was going through so many.
You were going through
background more, okay? So much more background needed. I had gained 20 pounds, maybe more. My body had just totally changed from when I had gotten to school in August to when was February or March or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that day specifically not being able to find any jeans that fit. Like, you and Val were at my apartment, and I was freaking out. I was like, Mom, I called my mom, and I was like, Mom, none of my clothes fit me. Seriously, I wasn't even being dramatic. Like, nothing zipped, nothing buttoned. All my tops were too small. It was like
freshman year was horrible.
It was such a,
it was so bad for us.
Realization where I was like,
we were down tremendously all of freshman year.
Because you don't ever tell, how much you're... And I'm, not ashamed of it. It happens to everybody. And
no, yeah, you just can't tell until
no, you don't tell until you... Yeah,
until
you have something that makes you tell.
And you're like, oh, yeah, been there, girl. Been there.
And so I was in these cook short... Well, back up. I was in these Natural Life shorts. I was in these Natural Life black shorts that were not flattering. I look back on this picture and I'm like, poor me, because I just had nothing else that fit. But these Natural Life shorts, this cropped sweater.
Crocheted sweater.
I think, I was like, what bra was I even wearing?
Listen. You'll know. Just give it a second.
And I was in Doc Martens. Wait, I'll send you a picture to insert.
Okay.
Oh my god. Doc Martens.
Mm-mm. So, Caroline takes a misstep. A slip, if you will.
Totally banana slip.
Yeah, literally it was a banana slip. She hit her back so hard on the steps. And then that little cropped crocheted sweater. She
wasn't hiding much in the first place.
She went straight up.
And the anti-bra
guess what
that I
was revealed? Her chicken cutlets.
This is the villain origin story of my chicken cutlets.
And if you don't know what a chicken cutlet is, it's a sticky bra.
It's a sticky bra.
Yeah.
It's not even a sticky bra.
Were out.
It's not even a sticky bra. It's where they don't connect, and it's just one and then one.
Yes. Yes, if you will. And you know why it's called a chicken cutlet. Let's not sit here and act. And then it's Caroline on the floor, tits out,
dying.
Me and Blasco just looking at each other. So now what? Oh my god, I'll never forget that. That's my favorite.
This was such a, shared experience in our friend group.
I'll never forget
not a shared experience is not the right word, but this is something that we all went through together.
Memory.
Yeah, this is a core memory, yeah.
AF. Core memory.
And this was totally on track for me and who I was at the time.
It sounded like freshman Carol.
Yeah.
And then my party foul from last night, it's not about me, because if you guys don't know, I don't drink, so I'm always the one who's...
She's never party fouling.
I'm collecting...
Boring.
I'm collecting the memories, is what I'm doing.
Yes, she's holding these tight.
Yes. I'm writing the book.
Yeah.
I'm writing the memoir as we speak.
Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, and it's just got to be me. I can't explain it. Last night, we came home from the bar at close, so hey, it was 2:30 a.m. And then my friend Reese, shout out Reese PC.
No, I know they're watching.
I know you're watching. It was me, Reese, Sam, and Blake drove in my car, and then Ty, Ryan, and Chester all drove in a different car. And Reese opens up his fridge to get out some, I think it was chocolate milk, because he's a freak. What do you mean post-bar chocolate milk? And then he sees these blueberries and he gets distracted because Reese has had a really good time. He's got a good time tonight.
Yeah,
because we were at the bar till close. We were at the gay bar till close.
So take what you will.
So elaborate on that, if you will. So he gets distracted by these blueberries. He takes out the blueberries. He's like, oh my god, blueberries. Puts them back in the fridge. Halfway on the shelf, he then opens the fridge again. The blueberries fall and spill everywhere. So I say, Reese, go get me a broom and I'll sweep them up. Reese stumbles to the broom, stumbles back over to the kitchen, and then I guess he forgot that he had opened the bedroom door behind him because he goes to lean against the door and falls.
Hey, and guess what?
Like, directly back.
The door's not there.
The door's not there. He falls directly back and slams his head on the end of the bed, like the bed frame. And we're sitting there laughing, as you do.
As you do.
And then he sits up and he's in a pool of blood. And I literally was like, oh.
The way I would be freaking out.
But I am
if
the
I was
one.
Reese.
I know. I knew he was going to.
Yeah.
I knew he was going to have a panic attack. So I had to be there to be the comedic relief. Truly. We FaceTimed 3 nursing majors. We FaceTimed Sam's sister, who is a nurse.
So wild.
Yeah, nursing majors. What are they going to do? They just took chemistry 101. Like, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway. So, Reese is starting to freak out, and I can feel his nerves rising. And so I decide to make a joke. And I start singing Murder on the Dance Floor.
Because it looks like someone's been murdered.
Because there was blood everywhere.
On the dance floor.
We still had all of our bar wristbands on. It was so crazy. He's fine, if anybody's wondering. He's fine.
We suppose.
I guess. I mean...
He's apparently refusing to go to the doctor.
He does refuse to go to the doctor, and I'm going to force him later. I'm just not home right now, but... he's fine. He'll be okay. But... He said that if I wasn't there, he probably would have had a panic attack. And that would have made it so much worse.
Yeah.
That would have made it so much worse. So I'm glad that I could offer comedic relief. I then took multiple pictures of him on Snapchat and did the little song. I did Murder on the Dance Floor.
I let him play with the filters.
Yeah. I did Murder on the Dance Floor. I did Night Changes by One Direction because literally 30 minutes prior on my story, we were at the gay bar.
Then I had totally changed.
Dancing. And then it cut to Night Changes by One Direction because Reese had a paper towel held to the back of his head
while his hair is matted
with blood. And then my last story of the night was him leaning against Sam and slipping through my fingers playing in the background. But he's fine. We're all fine. That's kind of where I want to end this episode because I don't really have anything else to say about Alabama because that sums up my experience.
Yeah, we've given you a piece and part of our last...
Of UA.
3.5 years at the best school on earth.
Yeah, true.
The happiest place on earth, really. Well, not according to our stories, but...
Well, now
still
it is.
Still the best, nonetheless.
Now it is. Freshman year doesn't count.
Yeah. Freshman year is really your...
Yeah, let us know if you want a whole episode on that, because we could deep dive into the...
I can't rehash those. I cannot.
I think it's healthy.
I cannot. I'm not healed.
That's all we have to say today about UA and college in general.
Yeah.
What do you have to say, Carol?
I don't know. I feel so proud to go to Alabama still. That's all I can ever... That's the overwhelming surrounding...
It's the standard, as DeBoer said at the basketball game.
Underlining thing. Is I'm just so proud to go to Alabama.
Alabama is the standard. That's what DeBoer said.
Yeah. Wouldn't want to complete our undergrad.
Anywhere else.
Literally
Truly,
anywhere else.
I wouldn't want to go to college anywhere else.
Nope.
Truly.
Not for these 4 years.
Period.
So,
Okay.
Go follow our Instagram if you want more of an insight to our personal Instagrams of Alabama. And then obviously our next episode of the Soviet podcast will be up next Monday.
Yup, and follow Soviet Pod on Insta
and YouTube.
Subscribe to us on YouTube or your feed.
Yeah, we got some good views last week, so we're really happy. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening and tuning in however you choose to tune.
Okay, smooches.
Bye.